Can you hear me? Let me know when it fully connects on your side because it looks like you're here.
Hi.
Perfect. Hi, Emma.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. How's your voice feeling today?
Um, good, I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just checking. Okay, so how did you feel about the recordings that you made?
Um, I thought they were I was proud of them, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like
Yes.
I thought, I'm sorry. I thought Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. Like I thought that was
Mm.
like the best I've ever sang it, I felt like.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely have heard really good improvements each time that you've recorded. So, yeah, I wondered your own reflections on them too, because you can, as we go through, see the growth and the differences as well. So yeah, I was wondering how you felt about it, because I definitely saw a lot of really good progress. So then I just wanted to check with you. So yeah, on how you were feeling about it as well. Um, because I definitely saw some really good progress. And I know your mom said as well that, you have, lots of school stuff coming up. And so you wanted to really get on this. So yeah, so I was very pleased with what I was hearing in both the last lesson and then hearing and seeing in the recordings that I had gotten from you as well. So yeah, like for instance, in the pur di cesti o bocca bella, with that one, what was maybe the number one thing that you could tell that you had improved on?
Um, I think just like more of like not focusing on the like itself, but like more like it like letting it flow better in a way, you know?
Yeah, definitely the lyric phrasing and the smooth connected quality. I also would say it has this buoyancy to it, like a bouncy kind of quality where your high notes feel much more floating. And we know that that takes actually a lot of effort to make it sound more effortless and carefree, but it comes across just so much more of this just flowing, effortless, light, kind of buoyant feeling now. And
Yeah.
like the runs, the da 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 da. Like I feel like there's a lot more of a clean, crisp quality to it as well. It was a little too like Puccini esque with like too schmaltzy, I'd say, before. And now it has a little bit more of a crispness to it, um, like a light, crisp quality. So, yeah, I think that came a long way. I was really excited with. And then I know that you already mentioned you're wishing you were somehow here again and feeling like it's the best that you've ever done with it. So, what are some of the things vocally and then also performance wise that you were like, I can tell that this is a lot better?
So like before, I remember in the one before this, I
Mm-hmm.
actually did the Italian one before, and I don't think that was good because after the Italian, I was a bit tired, and then still
Oh,
wishing you were
yeah.
someone here wasn't really that good. But then
Ah, yeah.
but this time I did it first, like so like fresh, and then
Yeah.
so then it was like much more easier, I guess, and like it
Yeah.
just was better, yeah.
Ah, yeah, you were fatigued and so then it's a lot harder to get, your best performance. So that actually is really smart. Planning out like the order that you're going to perform. That's something to do when you're live in a competition setting or live in a performance setting like a concert. And I would say, wishing you were somehow here again. The the breath connection was so much stronger, and like where you have the dynamic changes and it grows and gets bigger, that felt so much more powerful this time. Could you feel that? Which probably
Yeah,
is
for
like you were
sure.
saying, where you weren't as fatigued, right? I also thought just diction overall was a lot improved. So a lot of really beautiful growth that I saw. I was really pleased with it. And because of how far you've come, I really was like, if you submit these videos as they are, I would be pretty happy with that. So there wasn't a ton that I was like, oh, we really need to change that, because I feel like you've already grown so exponentially. And obviously there are always things that we can continue to improve on. But if I were you, I would be very proud to submit these videos because they show so much growth and improvement in the time that we've worked together. So,
Do
yeah.
you do you know like which one would fit
Oh, yeah.
recordings?
Right. The first or second one.
Okay.
Oh, right. Because you had sent, I think, 3 for wishing you were somehow here again. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'll go back and listen. I'll watch the videos again after the lesson, and then I'll send you which one, and make sure you know which of those. Because you, I think, sent 2 of the Italian. Yeah, so I will go back and re-listen so that I can tell you more confidently which of those. Um, yeah, sound good? Because I don't
Yeah.
want to tell you the wrong thing now. So yeah, so I will check back on those. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will tell you after the session. But I did listen to multiple recordings of each, and yeah, they all had positive things. Um, you know, because you've worked on those elements, like those are improved throughout. But obviously there'll be certain ones that we go, I feel like this one's just a little bit better. My piano teacher growing up, she always said, she was like, go with the first one. But I always felt like my second take was usually my best one. And then for some reason, my third take, I always felt like wasn't quite as good. So I don't know. But she usually said, just go with your first one. But I usually went with my second take. So we'll figure out which one is the best for you. Did you feel pretty happy with each of the takes that you did, or are you someone who feels like you do a take and then you kind of learn from that and then you re-record it and then each time you make like positive changes? I definitely feel like you can do that, but then at some point you start to feel tired, and it's like you kind of have hit your limit of improving because you're like, and now my voice is tired. So, but yeah, I'll go listen back through, and then I can tell you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So then I know that you do have a lot of school stuff coming up, and you have to kind of prioritize other things. So thinking about where we're at now, I know your mom and I had talked about some possibilities moving forward, and a competition that you're going to do in the fall. So I want to be sure if we do start some new pieces that we're starting those early enough. So do you feel like you want to continue working on this competition for right now, or do you feel like you want to kind of keep the recordings you've got and start focusing in the future?
I think I'm like done with this competition.
Okay,
So
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, you've done so much with it and grown so much that I kind of feel like that as well, where I feel like we can start looking ahead, because I want to be sure that we have enough time to get you feeling fully prepared for that one as well. So I want to check back on the conversation your mom and I had, um, where we were talking about. Ah, okay. So, yes. So, looking at some other competitions for the future. and we were chatting a little bit about some options. She had sent. All right, she sent a few options that she thought might be good, and then I had responded with like which of those I felt like would be good possibilities, as well as some other options as well. So looking at the particular competitions we're considering, we were looking at requirements. So I said probably keeping the two Italian pieces that we've worked on together would be great. Pur di Cesti has come such a long way. And then Batti Batti, I would say, is like a little bit of a leveling up. So we could work on that one. You've got an English art song, Charming Chloe. And then you also have more of like a classical musical theater. So some things I was saying would be good for variety to consider could be a Latin oratorio or sacred piece, a French art song, a German art song could be another good option. So I sent her some ideas of packages that might be good that have that variety. So we could do like Batti Batti with Charming Chloe and then like a Mozart Alleluia, which would be more of a sacred piece. We could do Pur di Cesti with Charming Chloe and then a French art song. We could do the Batti Batti, Charming Chloe, and then a German art song. So I probably would lean more towards a French or German art song at this point, I think would be good. So I picked out a couple for Ray that I thought might be good options. A couple Debussy, one Han piece, and then a chanson piece as well. So maybe we could check out a couple options there. For German, I had a Schubert, a Mozart, a Schumann, a Brahms. The Brahms one is a really fun one. It's one I always enjoyed doing at competitions as well. I put in a Bach as well as an option. So maybe we
Wait, I have a
could,
question.
yeah.
Um, for this competition, could we like possibly do just like new songs?
Oh yeah, all entirely new songs. Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
except for Bati, because we
Batti
didn't sing
Batti.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, right. We didn't work on that one very much. So that one we can kind of consider our new Italian. So for so would you like to learn an additional English art song, or do you think you would prefer to um, learn something in other languages? Because we could do either.
I think I do have another English art song.
Okay.
I don't
Yes.
know if you've ever heard of it, but like A Little Damsel.
Who's the composer?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Mm,
It's from Hall Leonard though. Like that, like
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The the compilations. Let me see. Uh, let me see. Sometimes too, they'll be originally in a different language, and then they'll put them into English, and so then it's. Let me see. So then sometimes when I hear it in the other language, I'm like, oh right, I know that. Let me see here. Hmm. Do you have sheet music for it,
um
or like the book that it like the art song anthology? Do you know which
wait,
one
let's
it's
see.
in?
Oh, it's called The Little Damsel.
Ah, okay. So I might be searching wrong. Is it Weatherly? Let me see.
Oh yeah, I think it is
Weatherly
Weather.
and Novello.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I think it might be that one. Let's see.
Yeah, I see this. I see the sheet music. I think it is that one.
Yeah.
It
I
is
think
that one.
it's Fred Weatherly and Ivor Novello, I think is the one. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure we have the right one. So is this one that you worked on in the past or you had picked out? Um,
Um,
is it kind of
we
like Bati Bati where you kind of started it but then didn't fully like
yeah, yeah.
polish? Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, great. So this one is from, I'm looking at the time, like when it was written as well. Okay. Yeah. So this would be considered a an English art song, like you were saying, um, and so looks like they have it available in four keys: E flat. I'm just checking the keys to see what would be a good range for you. We've got some fun runs in here. Yeah, this looks like it'll be a good one for you. Yeah, so we could do that. And then I think choosing either a French or German art song, I think would be a good place to look next. So I think that works great. So if we do Bhakti Bhakti and the Little Damsel, let me make sure I have this one saved. I got the sheet music here. So okay. All right. And then let's check out a few. Do you have any like leaning towards a French or a German?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say German art songs tend to be, uh, they tend to be a lot about nature or maybe like folk stories, folk songs or stories that are like fairy tales or folk stories that they would pass down. Um, the French art songs tend to be, for instance, some might be based on like poetry written about a painting scene, or they might be about like the moonlight in the sky, or more of like romance. So the topics tend to be a little bit different. Um, but let's go ahead and just take a listen to a few. So the first one I had was Lydia by Foray. I thought could be a good option. Um, it's a poem about a beautiful lady named Lydia. So that's what that one is. Let me find. Oh, this is a lovely recording. So I will Veronique Jean. I will send this recording through to you. Take a listen to a little bit of this one. So this one's very lyric, flowing, legato, more of a ballad. So go ahead and take a listen to that one.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
so like a preference or like for a competition or like what my mom said is that like could the song be like approximately 3 minutes or a bit over? Like a long.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thinking of the timing of it as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, definitely. Um, because if it's too long, then you won't be able to do all of it. And then if
Yeah.
it's, I have done short ones as well. Like if I have one that's longer, like Bati Bati would be a little bit, would be an
Long.
example of one that is a little bit longer, right? So, yeah, definitely we can definitely look at the time frames. Um, so the French art songs that I'm sending through might be like Ici Ba. This next one is more like 2 minutes. Um, but with Bati Bati being a little bit longer, I think that is okay. So considering that, so I just sent that one through. So I want you to take a listen to each one, not the whole thing necessarily, but just to get a feel for it. Because the first one I sent through Lydia is about 2.5 minutes. And then we have lots of options. So if you're like, I don't really love that, no problem at all. We'll take a look at a couple of Debussy pieces as well. Art songs do tend to be a little bit shorter because it's a poem.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of those first two so far?
I like them. The second one has a big, like, it's really high up. I feel,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, does that make you nervous? You're
Well,
feeling like
I
it's a
don't
little
know.
too high?
I
The
feel
nice
like
thing
I would
about art
also
song
enjoy
is
that.
that you can put it in different keys and it's
Yeah.
okay. If it's from an opera, you usually have to keep it in that key. But for pieces that are art songs, you can put them in any key unless the composer specifically said not to. So,
Yeah.
um, this fourth one that I sent through is one of my favorites, the Nuit d'Etoile. So you listened to Lydia and Ici Ba by Foray. The next set of two that I just sent through, Beau Soir and Nuit d'Etoile, are Debussy pieces. So let me know what you think of those. I feel like the Han might be a little too heavy for your voice. I don't know. I feel like one of the others might be a better fit. Okay.
I like the fourth one.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
my favorite French art songs as well. I really enjoy that one. Um, it's uh, it's it's about a starlight at night, like a beautiful starlit night, essentially, Nuit d'étoiles, night of stars. So yeah, that one is one of my favorites as well. So if you think you kind of prefer that one, I think that would be a really lovely one for incorporating into the package. I'd love to also take a look at a few German, and then even if we don't work on it for this competition, just kind of knowing that you've got it as an option for the future, I think is great. You'll definitely notice a different sound when you are listening to the German art song and the French. They'll have a little bit of a different style to them, and the different composers as well. So I'm going to have you listen to Seligkeit. Um, Ellie Ameling is singing this one. This one I just sent through at 7:52. She's one of my favorite classical singers. She has such a lovely voice, and beautiful technique. So that last one I just sent through is a Schubert art song. So take a listen to that one. I love the storytelling quality of a lot of these German art songs that I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a really pretty one. Actually, I found a recording of the Haydn Roslein. The next one is another Schubert that Ellie Ameling is singing as well. Um, and you could check that one out as well. And then I'm going to send you a Brahms that is one of the ones I really enjoyed doing at competitions because it's a story of like you get to play two characters, which is really fun. I really enjoy that. Um, so go ahead and take a look there at that next one that I had sent through.
I like it too.
Yeah.
But I think for my song choices,
Yeah.
I think I don't know, I think it's two songs for each category. So
Yeah.
if it were, I would want like contrasting.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, for young arts, the one that I was looking at that your mom had sent, they didn't give as much specificity of what you have to have, but they did say they want variety, so contrasting tempo, language, style, character. Um, and they're listening for technique, articulation, expression, style, those kind of things. So I believe that one I was looking at had three pieces that they wanted you to do, but I could be wrong. I think there were multiple competitions that your mom was looking at, but the one that I had looked up the requirements for in the past have been three pieces that they ask for. Let's have you listen to just a little bit of the last link that I had sent through. That's the one where it goes back and forth with the two characters. So I think it would allow you to do a little bit more of the acting, which could be kind of fun, the performance aspect of it. So I think Nuit d'étoiles is a little more, poetic and romantic and a little more of just like the ambiance and overall feeling, whereas Vergebliches Ständchen is going to be much more like storytelling. So it's an art song created from a folk song.
think the range is really big, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah, you get
Yeah.
to show off, a big range. What's cool is you have a male character and a female character, and so when you're playing each of the characters, you get to show off a little bit of a different vocal quality. So you'll notice like the male character might be a little deeper, and the female character might be a little bit higher. So that one I think is a really fun, showy one for competitions, and you would have a lot of contrast there. So, if we did, we don't have to do, four pieces, obviously. But I think just having like one picked out would be good. Do you feel like you liked the French? That's more like the Nuit de Toile is going to be more of like this floaty, light, ethereal kind of a feeling. And then this one is much more of this like dramatic storytelling that you get to do. I feel like with Batti Batti, you already get to play a character and have some, dramatic acting in there as well. And then we have the English art song as well, which with that one we have just like different styles. You can hear in all of the art songs, you have different styles. So, with kind of thinking of these four, what do you feel like would bring the best variety and the best package together if we had three that we focused on?
I think so I think like how the German was like typically like a faster and a more like upbeat tempo.
Yeah.
I feel like due to like it being like Bati Bati and then the Little Damsel, they're
I think,
also
yeah,
a
I was
bit
thinking of
like
the English art song too being pretty similar.
yeah.
So
So
I
I
think the
think
French
the
too.
French would help like settle that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking as well. So I think we're on the same page there. So we can always, keep Vergebliches Stenken as an option for the future. But I think for this competition, I think we'll have more variety if we do the Batti Batti and we do the Little Damsel and we do the Nuit de Toile. So that you get just a little more variety in there. The French is very romantic. So you're going to hear the different time periods as well, whereas Batti Batti is solidly in that classical era. And then I think the Little Damsel is a little bit more contemporary. I think it was like 1912 or something. So it would be farther in the future, more 20th century. So we get a variety of time periods, a variety of styles, a variety of like the acting that's required for each one. So I agree. I think that is a good plan. So yeah. So did you maybe want today to work a little bit on the Little Damsel, or did you want to check back in on Batti Batti? I think it'd be good to have a week to do some listening to the Debussy before we dive, straight into the Debussy together. It might be nice to have some time to go listen to it first and have it in your ear a little bit. So that's what I was thinking. So do you want to maybe try a little bit of the English or the Italian today?
Um, I'm feeling English.
Okay, all right, that's great because I have not actually gotten to hear that one yet. So I'm excited to dive into that one because, we haven't done it together yet. Um, I also was pulling up the sheet music for the two pieces that you liked today. So I can email those and you'll have the sheet music to those already. Do you have the music to the English one as well? Because I also have that, so I can send all three. And you've
Yeah.
got Batti Batti already, yes?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, yeah, I just wanted to be sure that we've got all of those. So I'm going to email those now, just so that I don't forget. So you'll have all three of those coming through in the email. All right, so you'll have the French, German, and also the English art song as well. Alrighty. Yeah, so those are uploading now. But we are going to take a look at our English. Did you get to sing already today? Do you feel pretty warmed up, or should we sing a little bit before we dive into the song? We also can do a little bit of like kind of warming up into the song itself, if that seems like a better idea.
Warming up into the song.
Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Because
Could
we
I get
also,
my
like, even
book?
if you were singing before, it might be, that we've been talking for a little bit. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Could I get my book?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
All righty. Weatherly and Novello.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna get it kind of in my head a little bit because it's been a while since I've heard this one. I was like, huh. Oh, okay. It's this recording was in the 20s. Yeah, I just wanted to get like the tempo and things in my head again. Um, yeah, a lot of these recordings are pretty old. Like they were done in the 20s, so it looks like so. It's yeah, and there are multiple keys and things too. So always finding, the key that works best for you is important. Okay, so I got it in my head now. I was like, okay, I gotta get that. It just says vivo. It doesn't give us a tempo. So I was like, okay, I gotta. I noticed with the recordings there is some discrepancy. People did some different tempos, so it can be kind of what you feel it out to be, what you feel like will work the best. All right, so we're gonna start. We're
What
gonna start.
is, wait,
Yeah.
sorry. What is one key down F major? So like
Um.
E?
So if you're looking at this sheet music, and you have one flat, it would be the key of F.
Yeah.
So are you looking at the key signature on the sheet music you have?
Yeah, it's F right now, but then I remember that we made it because there's a big like high part
Oh,
in the
okay, yeah.
back. So like in the website with the accompaniment, you can like change the key and like it's
Yes.
like one
And you
pitch
liked
down.
it a step
Yeah.
down. Okay, yeah. So
What key is that?
so if we went a whole step down, it would be E flat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so we like E flat better.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I have a couple options for different keys. So, all right, that's good to know. Because I did notice in the recordings too, there were different keys. So, all right, so we're gonna do E flat. So if it was F, it'd be, but we're gonna do E flat. All right, so we're gonna try just on do 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 do. All right, so we'll do in that key. Breathing in. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Wait, I did that wrong. I was thinking that was D flat. It's not. So start at the when I have sent again. Do 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 do. All right, let's do that much. I want to make sure I didn't lead you astray with playing any other D flats. It should just be B flat, E flat, and A flat. All right. So let's try We're going to try on our words this time. 1, 2, breathe. A dainty little damosel looked out across the sea. She saw the Lord high admiral come swaggering down Rockly. Good morrow, little damosel, how merry you, quoth he. Sorry, that one's a little bit funky.
Yeah.
Merry you, quoth he. Yeah, so let's try that. All merry again. All merry you, quoth he. When I have sent those foreign ships to you had it. I messed it up. Let's try that again. When I have sent those foreign ships to where they ought to be. Beautiful. And then we get to the fa-la-las. Saucily, it says.
Saucily.
All right, so let's try this. Let's go back to the do-do-do's. So do-do-do-do-do. Breathing in. All right, let's do from the fa-la-las again, and this time just on la 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 through. Breathing in. La 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 la. Do that jump down that octave, head, Lord. So la 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 la. Yeah, that spot's a little tricky right there. So one more time, then we'll continue. Head, Lord Admiral on la la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. With a fermata, so you get to be big dramatic there. La 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 la. Great. So starting from that fa la la, let's try on our words now. Breathing in. Fa la 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 la. She tossed her little head. Lord Admiral, you may be. But as for marrying me, she said, well, that depends on me. Let's do just that run that we have there with the me. Breathing. Good. Let's do the well, that depends on me. Well, that depends on me. Beautiful. Let's do from the fa la las again. 1, 2, go. Fa la 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 la, she tossed her little head. Lord Admiral, you may be, but as for marrying me, she said, that depends on me. Good, let's do up to that point. So go back to the beginning of the song, and we'll do that on our words. A dainty. We've got an octave leap to start. 1, 2, breathe. A dainty little damosel looked out across the sea. She saw the Lord High Admiral come swaggering down the quay. Good morrow, little damosel, I'll marry you, quoth he. When I have sent those 4 ships to where they ought to be, tossed her little head. Lord Admiral, you may be, but as for marrying me, she said, that depends on me. Okay. All right, so then let's take a look at this next chunk, this wayward little damosel. All right, let's do this on, let's do wah, 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 wah. Breathing in, wah, 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 Then you have another interlude. So it's different words, but basically the same melody we had before. So let's try this wayward little damosel. Breathing in. This wayward little damosel went wandering by the lea, and there she met a shepherd boy as pretty as could be. I love you, dainty damosel, with tender heart and true. If you love me... Whoop, I'm sorry. I got the words wrong. Let's try that again. If you will love me half as well, I'll pipe all day for you. For you. Fa la 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 la, she shook her little head. Nay, nay, that cannot be. If you should pipe all day, she said, keep my sheep for me. Awesome. Okay. Now let's go to the but as she turned her home again. All right, let's try this on our words. Breathing in. But as she turned her home again across the twilight land, her blue-eyed page came timidly, a rosebud in his hand. God greet you, dainty damosel. He sighed and bent his knee. I am no lord, I am wrong, nor can I pipe you sweet. You see. Fa la 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 la, she bent her little head. What matters the she? I only know I love you so, and that's enough for me. Fa la la, oops. Yep, so fa la la la, fa la la la, fa la la la, fa la la la. I only know I love you so, and that's enough for me. All right, so you also have the option of a high note there.
Yeah.
Only know I love you so. Up there. Yes, and you'll probably lean a little more towards opening towards the ah. So round the lips more towards the O, but open the back space more like an ah. Let's start right there. I only know I love you so, and that's enough Good. So this last verse is going to be where it changes quite a bit. So let's start where she comes in at the end, that fa la 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 la. And then we'll go through the ending again. All right. Fa la la. Fa la 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 la. She bent her little head. What matters that said she? I only know I love you so, and that's enough for me. La 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 la, la la la, la la la, la la la. I only know I love you so, and that's enough for me. Oops, I played that wrong. Do from for me again. For me. Good. All right. So then, let's try from his verse there.
I
But
have a
as she
question.
turned her home again, that last,
Could
the
we
last verse. Yeah.
could we move it a half step up? Because I think in the thing where it says down the first pitch, does that mean like a half step? Or like
Um, does it feel low to you?
yeah, I think
Because it looks
yeah.
like the keys that they had it available in. It looks like they had four: D, E flat, F, and G. Um, are the four keys that they had it in. So if you moved it down one from F, it would be the E flat.
How about half? Like half a step down?
Right. So let me see
Because
here.
my accompaniment, it
Yeah.
says you can move it down like a pitch or something. And I think it means half step, not full step, by one pitch.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So it would be like you've got like the white keys and the black keys on the piano. So it's like you can go
Yeah,
chromatically is what you're
I think
thinking,
so.
because it's feeling a little bit low. Then it could also be we might sometimes your voice changes over time too. So you might end up going I like it even in like F or in G, even the higher keys. So we can definitely try some of the others. And you said too, um, you had accessed. Let's see. Yeah, so let's try the higher one and see what we think of it.
Okay.
Okay, let me see here. Oh, that's that one. Okay, let me see here. Right. Yeah, because you like to have those practice tracks to sing with too. So
Yeah.
with some of the other pieces we've been doing, you might feel more comfortable going higher now, which is kind of exciting. I would say Art Song isn't as dramatic as like an aria from an opera or an aria from a musical. So they tend to be a little bit more in the mix. So that's pretty normal. But are you feeling like, especially on those high notes, you're like, I feel like I could, ring out a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Do, 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 do. Okay. Okay. This one's supposed to be that key. And I don't know if I'm clicking the wrong thing, because it keeps opening this key. Go back. I mean, we also can just try it with the track if you've got your
Yeah, I
track
have
you've
the
been
track.
practicing with. So why don't we do that, and I'll check what your track is in.
It's
'Cause
the
I'm clicking
accompaniment.
it
Is
and
that
it
fine?
like says that it's that key, but it's opening up the same one, so I don't know if it's like
Oh.
glitching.
Okay.
Wait a
Then I'll
minute.
just share the track then.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so let's have you sing it, and I will double check your key that you've got
Okay.
to make sure I know for sure which one it is.
And this beginning is tough. It's like the same thing over. A dainty little damsel looked across the sea. She saw the Lord high. Little damsel, how merry, quoth he, when I have set those foreign ships to where they ought to be. Fa la 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 la, she tossed a little head, Lord Admiral, you may be. But as for me, she said, well, that depends on me. This weary little damsel went wandering by the lea, and there she met a shepherd boy as pretty as could be. I love you, dainty damsel, with tender heart and thee. If you would love me half as well, the Bible did for you, for you. Fa la 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 la, she shook her little head, nay, nay, that cannot be. If you should pipe all day, she said, keep my sheep for me. But as she turned to home again across the twilight land, her blue-eyed page came timidly, a rosebud in his hand. Good read thee, dainty damsel, he sighed and bent his knee. I am no lord, I am a rogue, nor can I pipe you, see, you see. Fa la 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 la, she bent her little head, what matters that, said she, I only know I love you so, that's enough for me. Fa la la la, fa la la la, fa la la la, fa la la la. I only know I love you so. Oh, that's yeah.
Okay, yeah. So actually, the original keys that it was published in, the first key was the E flat, but It also was published in D, F, and G. Your key is actually F sharp.
Oh,
So you're actually almost to the highest key that they published it in, and you're right between the two. So you actually are up a little bit farther. So from E flat, you're actually up a step and a half is what you're up from that E flat. So you're up actually a tiny bit higher than the key of F. So which is totally fine. So now we know that you're in F sharp is the
okay.
key that you're in. So F sharp, if anyone asks, that's your key for this one. Um, and then let me see. So that's good for us to know. So tell me, how did that feel? It's funny that you earlier when you were listening to some art songs, you were like, "Oh, I feel like she went really high in that one," and then I was like, "Oh," and then you went really high in this one.
Wow, thank
So what were some things that felt good about it that you were like, "Okay, I like this. This is feeling nice, and like we're making progress, and that you enjoyed about it."
I was like experimenting, so I wasn't
Okay.
expecting much, but then I was
Yeah.
like, oh wait, I'm like kind of doing this, so like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really fun one. And I agree with your assessment of the similarities with the German art song. I feel like it has a similar feel to it. So I think that it's good that we chose the Nuit d'étoiles instead. So I want you to do some listening for that one this week. I'll send an email with the three that I guess I already. So I sent the email with the sheet music. So the sheet music for the WC is in there as well as the German, but then we also have the little Damoiselle and then Batti Batti. So do some listening to the Nuit d'étoiles this week. And we can go through all the like French diction and everything. Maybe look up the poem and what it means as well. Just so that you feel like you understand. What you're singing about in that song, just because you might be like, I don't know French, I don't know what this means. um if you were gonna go through it, it means night of stars is the or starry night, you could think of nuit d'étoiles. So it's beautiful poetry about a beautiful starlit night, and just describing the beauty around you. Um, so that would be something to just to research a little bit. You sing about like the breeze and the scent. Maybe you're like in a beautiful garden, and it's kind of melancholy, like a little bit reminiscent of like um, the past, and thinking about a lost love a little bit. But you're like by a beautiful fountain, and um, the fragrance of the garden and the beautiful starlit night, and just reminiscing about that lost love is kind of the overall feel of the song. Um, but it can be really helpful to get the actual translation of it too, like word for word. And sometimes though the word for word's confusing because just like in English, we have certain phrases that maybe are idioms, and so people in other languages go, "What does that mean?" There are certain ones that make more sense, like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. That one makes a little more sense, whereas we have some phrases that we go, "That really doesn't make sense unless you just know what it means." So some are more confusing, so sometimes having more of the general translation can help as well. um
Yeah.
so so yeah, some are a little more confusing than others, like kick the bucket means like they died, or like break a leg means good luck.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, there are certain things that are like odd, like it's raining cats and dogs. It's like, what does that mean? there's a lot of, stormy big rain right now. So we have like weird phrases. So same thing for some of the other languages. So that's just something that could be kind of fun. Do some listening, but then also research a little bit about what the poem says and what the meaning is and what's happening there. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Great. Okay. So I think this was really productive. I'm going to go back and rewatch your videos right now, and then I will let you know which of the videos I prefer as the one you submit. Okay.
Okay.
But really good progress on those. Excellent work this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your beautiful effort. And I know this lesson was a little bit different because we were working on like picking out pieces and other things too, but we still got some good singing in. So keep up the good work and good luck with all of your school things that are going on right
Yeah.
now. And I will look forward to seeing you again soon. All right. Bye, Emma.